Hey, what's up, world? It's your boy Damien BlackOpps Entertainment, the podcast. Yes, sir. We are back on this great Monday morning. And okay, calm down. And you might think this person whom I'm about to interview looks a bit familiar to you, and she should. She's been on a number of covers, at least for Crush Model magazine, and she's been in a number of publications. So we're just going to get right into it because she's a busy woman, and we're fortunate to have her here. I don't know, how long have I known you? But hold on, before we say that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, you should know. It is Miss Phylicia Barker-Nelson. There we go. I was used to the first one. I wasn't used to the last one. Yeah, man. So we finally got Miss Barker-Nelson on this podcast. That's gonna be a task for me. Forgive me, Glenn. All right. But you guys, if there ever was a story to be told in modeling, this young lady should be on the forefront of that story. She's done quite a bit just for the time that she's been in modeling. She literally came in and really changed the game for real, particularly locally, nationally, and internationally. You think I'm playing? I'm not. It's for real. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Phylicia Barker-Nelson. What is going on, young lady? How are you?
I've been living. That's the best way to put it. I've been living.
Yeah. It's a lot. But we ain't going to go into all that because I know you got a lot going on. We were just talking off camera about everything she got going on, everything she should have going on. Yes. Yeah, because of, just who she is and her celebrity status. And yes, that is a true statement. But let's just kick off with the modeling aspect because that's kind of how we linked up. So I'll let you tell the story.
It was back in either 2013 or 2014. I was modeling with a company, you could say, a local photographer, and we were vibing, but we wasn't. That's the best way to put it.
Okay.
And I was looking for a different transition. I worked with two other photographers prior to getting with Crush that kept me in the loop. They were just like, okay, yes, this is what you need to be doing. You need to be modeling. You have it. You have the look. Don't let nobody stray you away. And I stayed with it. Some of those pictures still get in rotation now. And I got with you. I got with you through my mama's connects.
Mm-hmm.
And
hold on. Shout out to mama. Mama's in the building too. All right.
Some of her connects from when she was in undergrad, they connected me through another person to connect me through to you.
Yeah, Tony, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the first shoot, I was a little skeptical. Didn't know for sure. I think you were a little skeptical too because I looked younger than what I was.
Yes.
I was in my early 20s, so I still looked like I was in my teens at that point. One of my friends, he came with me and my mom, and we did the shoot. I remember reaching back out with you about a few times just to figure out what I needed to wear, because that was the first masquerade that I had actually done. And I got my dress. I remember looking in, I was like, okay, this is it. It took me about 3 or 4 tries to figure out the right thing for me. And I remember coming to the shoot. It was cold, but we got it done.
Yeah. And let me tell y'all this. She didn't just wear any old dress. This is our first photo shoot, and she came hard. Everything pinpoint perfect. Mama had her backed up, make sure she was straight, and she came in. And when you're working with a model, particularly a new model, new to me anyway, you're not quite sure, the vibe and if they know their angles, this, that, and the other. I ain't never had that problem with her ever. She been hitting all angles since I've known her. How did you know that? How did you know to do all that?
So prior to me getting into modeling, probably my middle school years, so 06, 07, I was actually doing photography in middle school for our local news, for our school newspaper. And from there, I just picked up a camera. My mama realized I had some type of artsiness about me, from drawing on the walls and drawing on every piece of paper I could find to
bring that mic closer to you. Yeah, that's good.
To her buying me my first 3 cameras, and from there I went into an art camp, and from art camp I just stayed with it. And I had a love for photography and angles. So
that's where it came from?
Yeah, that's really what it came from.
Okay. What about the no-look pass?
That
Y'all who know her know what I'm talking about. She got the no-look that is just killer, man.
Yeah,
where did that come from?
That just came from me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really did. And I didn't know I really had it or that I was even photogenic until I was working my first like real job. And one of the guys that was my manager, he was a photographer. And he told me, he said, you have a look that's distinct. Like,
yes.
You don't realize it, but you have it. And I was just like, okay. And he was just like, stay with it. And from there, I just started doing different little angles. But that's literally just like, that's just me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't pick up on that.
Right.
A lot of models who jump into it, they want to model, but they don't do the homework. They don't do any research on the best poses and what's their best angles. You know, so but you came with all that.
That was literally just me.
Yeah.
And the photographer that I used, both of them before I got with you, they both said the same thing. They were just like, hey, like you have just regular angles, like you just hit. Do you realize it? No, I'm just going.
Yeah. And
that's what I think really got me to where I'm at now. Like I didn't have any model training prior, like really truly, other than the photographers that I used prior to coming to Crush. It was no like boot camps that I went to. It was no school. Like I literally just came out of the blue and came and did it.
Yeah. And trust, we will be showing the photos just so y'all will have a visual to go with what we're talking about. Because that wasn't the only no look that she did, but there's this one iconic no look that she did not like. And I was like, are you crazy? That is killer. Everybody else who's seen it loves it. She was like, I don't get it. But it's this picture that you guys will see coming up.
It's still not my favorite.
Really?
After all these years.
Really? Oh, to me, it's because it's so simplistic and yet it captures... Because, you know, you got the eyes, the cheeks, and the whole nine. So it captures all of that. You know what I mean? And it was black and white, too.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. And you did a number of crazy shots that ended up on the cover of Crush Model magazine at least 5 times. So,
it's 5 or 6 now. I think the last one made
that's
6.
our 6. You're right. And that one was great.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And the hair was different.
Right.
And it was, it popped, too. It really, really did. So go ahead and get back into your story about modeling. Let everybody know.
So after I got with Crush, I think I got the cover. I did not know I was getting that cover at all until the cover came out. And I remember maybe that was October. Then December, I got with Moni B. That was through you. That was my first time being an ambassador for anything outside of like stuff for school.
Shout out to Moni B.
Yes. She took me beneath her wing. I ended up going international with her line. And then I ended up, I think it was April the next cover. Then I had another cover come out in August. Another cover come out in October. And then another cover come out, I think it was December. So let's go back to April. So April I did a shoot. Didn't know it was going to come out, like what was going to come out for that. Then we had the black and white come out. It was July or August. I was in New York from Vogue modeling with Catherine Neal.
Well, hold on. We can't just skip past that. We can't just skip past that. Let's talk about that whole process.
That was iconic for me too. So I had not really did anything modeling wise with runway prior to that, other than in April I did my first runway shoot. Runway competition, but it was a runway show. I did that with LP modeling, and that was what was that? That was Back to the Future.
Yeah,
I did that with him. He does an intense training, but when I tell you it's worth it, if you're a model trying to get out there, get up with him with one of his shows. It is worth your while.
He's an excellent photographer as well.
Yes.
He puts on some crazy shows as of late.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lamont, man, LP. Yeah, man. Great dude, too.
So getting up with him, I did his show. His show put me on the map. I ended up doing his show. I went back and did, it was Jacksonville. It was modeling in Jacksonville. It's one of their shows they have. I did them right behind LP.
Okay.
Was not expecting to do that. I end up, when I got booked for that, I ended up doing a competition in between. So that competition run, which a lot of people don't know, from from April to probably October of that year, I was not working. And from me not working to being able to travel the way I did, and I was like really booked.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't expected to be booked the way I was. Like I was booking things back to back to back. Thank God, shout out to my mother for holding me down the way she did. And I couldn't really go backwards with the style that I had at that point.
Right.
So I was buying $500 dresses, $500 to $1,000 dresses for every shoot that I was hitting at that point. From then on, I did with Catherine Neal. I placed second with her in Vogue Modeling with Catherine Neal. That was a life-changing moment. Still have my trophy to this day.
Yeah.
From that moment, that put me up in New York. So I ended up going with Sophia Davis, and I ended up doing her show up there with Fashion Show on the Hudson. That put me in connection with people, too, that I was not thinking that I'll be still connected with now.
Now, hold on. Let's just talk about, what's that time frame? From the time you started modeling to the time you was in New York? Because most people don't spend they spend a long time trying to just walk in New York, much less Miss Sophia's fashion show.
She's top notch. But it was a year and a half.
Yeah. So that bodes very well for you, and not just your style, but your temperament and your craft. You really pay attention to your craft, and it shows.
I appreciate that.
So hey man. So you do what you do. So what else you got going on? So
that put me on the map. I did Jacksonville 3 times. Their show goes internationally just as well. I didn't go international, but my work did.
Okay.
With that put me in faces of some American Next Top Model participants, and I had other designers that were internationally that I walked for them in shows. I wasn't trying to do all that, but the grace of God and where I was standing at that point in time, they recognized me and wanted me there, and it's just been a blessing. From the covers, I've had 6 covers with Crush. I went international on my own year before last with one of my outside photographers, as I put it. He's one of my main photographers other than Crush that I use. And his story is crazy too, because I shot with him right before I got with Crush.
Right.
So the pictures that I sent you so you can see my work was his pictures.
Yeah.
And he's been amazing. I put him on the map because he was doing local work, but he wasn't getting the looks that he wanted. And from me publishing him, I was his first publication. So I was able to work with him. I've had...
Hold on. She skipped over something very important, you guys. From you doing what with him?
For me working with him.
You was doing what with his work?
I was publishing his work.
Oh, how you publishing his work, Fee?
I was submitting my work to different magazines, and I got published. I got seen.
Yeah, but I thought somebody else had a magazine, didn't they?
Yeah, you.
You had a magazine.
Oh yeah, I did forget about that. Yeah, I did do my own magazine.
Yes,
prior
let's
to
not skip over
published.
that. Yeah.
So it's CAPS, Creating Artists Platforms and stuff.
We can't skip over that.
Yeah, so I published my own, and that was work.
Yeah.
That was hard work.
You knew what I was going through. 'Cause we talked about that.
Long nights.
But you did it.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. And then some. And you still doing everything else too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So since then, I did a mini book magazine myself from some of the work that I've had from photographers around, and I published some other local models who had not been published. So it was. The journey has been real. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
The magazine put me on another aspect of life.
Yeah.
And it let me in on a scoop on what magazines were looking for when you go to publish stuff. Because you don't realize, they're not just taking any publications for any reason. You got to have your P's and Q's on deck when you go to publish somebody else's stuff or work that you have the copyrights to publish. And I struggled, but I got to where I wanted to be at.
Yeah.
And I realized I could put out something else now if I wanted to. I haven't, because it's a lot. That takes a lot of patience. And I had it then. I'm in my mid-30s now, my early 30s. I'm like,
Trust and believe.
There.
I know how you feel. I might try to drop a little something soon, though. I don't know.
Okay.
But that's why I want to do what we're doing today.
Yeah.
Y'all need to see what we did today. You'll see it. It's nice. It's real nice.
And a lot of people don't realize, like, people think I just stopped modeling in general. They didn't realize I was still putting out work. I was just slow with it. A lot of my old work still goes in rotation. I forgot about the designer that I worked with. I worked with her, Gigi Good. She was international just as well.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I wasn't supposed to be the face of her line. But after she realized and she saw my portfolio, she was looking at me from China. She was watching me for almost 2 years before she actually reached out. And I won't go answer the phone because I didn't know who it was. I'm not gonna lie to you. But she was another like turning point in my modeling career too, because of her aspect of it. She put me in bright colors. And from there, I stood out. And that was in the middle of Hurricane Matthews. So I was driving in Hurricane Matthews to get to
I forgot about that.
Yes. But I enjoyed it. I loved it. Her work still goes, like I said, my rotation, and it's where it's at now because of her. I got with another local photographer after that. He's actually a singer now. Emil, yes, he's signed with Lil Boosie.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And his artwork, people love his music. His artwork is phenomenal.
Cool.
I don't know if you remember the black dress I did for the masquerade.
Yeah.
I redid that. So that red background.
Oh, I'm mad. Hold on. I'm mad now. Because that was iconic
that
for
was
Crush.
Iconic.
That was really
iconic. So I just did literally just like part of the dress.
Okay.
But he added a different flair to it.
You kind of had to wear that dress more than once. Yeah.
I think I wore it six times.
Yeah, you had to.
And that was what got me second place with Vogue modeling too. Yeah. But the money I spent for that dress, I had to wear that.
Yeah, you had to wear it. I ain't mad at you.
So the journey has been real. It has been different. I have so many different turning points in my career that got me to where I'm at now. And that's what I love about modeling. You can go away and come back. When you come back the way that you want to and come back strong, they're going to still appreciate you and love you. Yeah. And my work still stands.
It's timeless.
Yes.
It is timeless.
Yes.
Because you have all the tools, you have all the talent, and you know a whole lot more than you did when you first came in. So you know what it takes to get it to a certain level. So that's all you got to do. Yeah. Yeah. So what we did today, y'all will see it. Y'all will see it. She had another level again. But I just want to make sure, because I think I interviewed Tay one time. I interviewed Faith, of course. I interviewed Sharon. She was here earlier today too. Gotcha. I was like, you know what, Faith? Faith, we never did an interview, and we've been talking about it for a minute.
We have.
Yeah, but I know you've been busy. Yeah. So I'm so glad that you came onto the podcast and actually did a photo shoot, did the podcast. And just give people a sneak peek, because everybody think everything's easy.
It's not.
Yeah, everybody think it's easy. Oh, look at her, she's on the magazine. She thinks y'all don't know what models go through to get to that level. And then she pivoted, and now she's on a whole different couple of career paths.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yes. I mean, we'll just talk about the modeling aspect, because I know you got all this other stuff going on in your life. So I'm glad you was able to make the time to come through and shoot with us and just kind of drop a little knowledge on us today. Yes. And I appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to the future.
Oh, by far.
Yeah, because shooting you, or shooting Sharon and shooting you, I was like, you know what? I'll get back in this again. You know what I mean? So.
Got to.
Yeah, man, we're going to make it happen. And once again, shout out to Phylicia's mom. She's in the building. She's always been in the building. Yeah, and I appreciate you coming through.
I appreciate it.
So let the people know where they can reach out to you at. What's your social media and all the other fun stuff?
So my Instagram is Leos_Diamond. My Facebook is Phylicia, Phylicia N Barker-Nelson. I recently got married. That's why a lot of people haven't seen me. It's been a year and some change. I think the last time I shot, I was engaged. I hadn't got married yet. Right. So that's the best way to reach out to me. And then I have another page, just Phy Barker, PhyBarker. You can reach me better on Phy Barker, because I think I've hit my 5,000 or 4,000, whatever it is, on Facebook. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So I don't really delete people, but that's because everybody's, like, half of those people are modeling, so I don't delete them. Yeah. And I think that's the main two. My Snapchat, That's Barker PN. You can reach me on Snapchat just as well. I don't mind.
Well, send me all that information. I'll make sure I put it on the screen so people can see it. Yeah.
Shout out to hubby,
what's up, Glenn? She at it again.
He's been my rock in all of this because he actually told me like, no, do a shoot. You haven't done a shoot in forever. Typically, I come out my birthday, but I didn't come out my birthday this year. Mm-hmm. So I told him, I said, you know what? I said, I got to do this shoot. And he was like, okay. He helped me go pick out clothes because he knows this is one of my crafts. He knows I love to do this. So shout out to hubby and shout out to any model that I've helped or mentored throughout the way because there's a lot of y'all who's out there. My sister, Zoe, I'm going to go ahead and put you out there.
Yeah, what's up, Zoe?
You know, we came through and crushed. You was here and you took my advice and you stepped foot. And I swear you just been booming and I'm proud of you.
Let me tell you one story about Zoe. I remember when we first started shooting Zoe and you told me, you said, I don't wear makeup. I was like, what? You said, I don't wear makeup. I was like, I hear you, but you're going to have to learn to try a little makeup. Mm-hmm. I said, because the lighting and most of the people who see you and want to shoot you, they want to get different facets of you, not just the same look. Yeah. So the next time I shot Zoe, she came in with makeup on. And she did it. And then next thing you know, she learned to do makeup. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, she all over the place, man.
Yes.
She all over the place, killing it. Sometimes I don't know it's Zoe.
Right.
Yeah.
I be looking, I was like, girl, you just put out another magazine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or she'd send me the link to it, and I'd be like, yes, I love it.
Yeah.
I love where you've come to. And she'll ask for advice, I give it. And I told us, for me, it's more of helping the next person.
Right.
It's enough out here, enough resources, enough photographers, enough events that we should not be bringing each other down. We should keep each other going, keep each other up.
And I got to give credit to my girl, Faith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's on a whole different gear. She's wild, but she's trying to bring it down a little bit because she got a lot of going on.
She's
but
on the road.
And that's one thing I will say about my crush models that make me so proud because we kind of build relationships, and you don't always have to stay with crush. Crush is a stepping stone to bigger and better things. But just seeing how the models are doing later on in their career and their endeavors in this whole crazy fashion industry is very refreshing to see the growth and them taking advantage of their opportunities to see how far they could go with it. So I'm always happy about that. Yeah. But once again, like I said, I appreciate you coming through. You were like the guru from the jump.
Man.
When she got into the game,
man,
it changed the game. Everybody had to step it up. They really did. Not just at Crush. We talking about all over. All over.
Oh, so I could talk about some runway shows. Man.
Man, you know what? We ain't got that kind of time, but we might have to come back for part 2.
Oh, you know it.
But thank you for coming through. And you guys reach out to Phylicia if you need a model or if you just need some advice. She's always current to what's going on, or just, you want to learn a little bit more about her and her endeavors and what she had to endure to get where she is. Reach out to her. All right. So we're BlackOpps Entertainment, BlackOpps the podcast. And once again, we thank Miss Phylicia for coming through. And we'll see you next time. All right, y'all. Peace.
Later.
It's BlackOpps Entertainment. Yeah. The podcast. Your #1 entertainment podcast on the net.